An estimated 55 million meetings happen at workplaces across the nation every day. 55 million a day. One study shows 9 out of 10 employees admit to daydreaming during meetings, John Dickerson. In another survey, 47% said having to attend too many meetings is the #1 time waster. In New York, we asked some working professionals their opinions.
8 meetings is the most meetings I've been in one day.
I tend to multitask during long meetings.
So many people call meetings and they don't have an agenda ahead of time. They don't organize them.
The longest meeting, I think, on average should be 30 minutes.
Coffee and food should be provided in every meeting.
Professor Stephen Rogelberg offers his advice in his new book, The Surprising Science of Meetings, How You Can Lead Your Team to Peak Performance. Good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning.
And your book got jokes, too. A meeting is an event where minutes are taken and hours are wasted. If I die, I hope it's during a staff meeting because the transition to death would be so subtle. I'm pretty sure the dinosaurs died out when they stopped gathering food and started having meetings to discuss gathering food. So I said this professor has a good sense of humor, but I think you should start us with this. Why are meetings so bad?
Well, so 55 million meetings, as you noted. And do you know that less than 20% of managers receive any training on how to run a meeting?
And they think they're doing a good job.
They think they're doing a good job. We found in our research that when folks leave a meeting, there's one person who feels like the meeting went well.
The leader.
The leader, right? And it's not a surprise. They have all the
people who weren't at the meeting. They think it went very well.
Yeah. I'm just shocked how many meetings are called without a clear agenda or a time limit. With professionals, with presidents of organizations.
There are these just habitual practices with meetings. People dial it in, right? They meet out of habit. They often default just to an hour meeting because that's the setting, the default setting on a Google Calendar or Outlook. There's just not thought being given to this topic.
So you have some specific, how can you improve meetings?
Yeah, I mean, that's what this book is about. What's exciting about this book is that there is decades of research on meetings and teams, and this work can be leveraged to fix this problem.
So tell us.
Tell us, okay.
Yeah, how do you improve them?
Well, first step is get the book, and then after that...
No fair, Stephen, no fair.
After that, it really comes down to this leader having a steward of others' time mindset. When a leader fully embraces the idea that they're a steward of others' time, they're going to start making deliberate choices. They're going to think carefully about who needs to be at the meeting. They're going to think carefully whether a meeting's even needed. And most importantly, they're going to facilitate the meeting, right? They're just not going to feature themselves during the conversation. Instead, they're going to try to bring out the best in everyone to have a real meaningful discourse.
And not just to have an agenda, but to think about the agenda beforehand, to put some real thought into it.
Our research shows that having an agenda in of itself actually does nothing for meeting effectiveness. It all comes down to what's on that agenda. Did the leader even make any effort to solicit input from others?
And you say that smaller meetings tend to be more effective. Why?
As meetings expand in size, dysfunction also expands. And there's lots of reasons, right? When you have lots of people, you have communication issues, but you also have something called social loafing, which is the idea that the more people that are there, they start to just kind of blend into the crowd. And that's where the multitasking really comes.
I like that you propose standing meetings and also that President Obama, Mark Zuckerberg, other people have walking meetings.
Sure. I just want people to realize that there's a lot of different ways of having meetings.
And the time of the meetings, too. You said 48 minutes, but you said Google has no more than 10 people in a meeting. Amazon has a 2-pizza rule. That if the meeting shouldn't be any bigger than can feed 2 pizza. The meeting shouldn't have more people than can eat 2 pizzas, is what she's trying to say.
Right. I mean, the fact is we want to keep meetings as lean as possible. But interestingly, something that upsets people just as much as having too many meetings is not being invited to meetings.
Really?
So therefore, if we don't invite people to meetings and do them that favor, we still have to keep them in the loop.
Thank you,
and perhaps provide them with opportunities in the beginning of the meeting to share some input.
Thank you, Stephen.
I don't mind not being invited to a meeting. I really don't. Stephen Rogelberg, we thank you very much. The name of the book, that he would like you to buy. It's a surprising science of meetings. It's on sale now wherever you like to buy your books. Stephen will join our daily planning meeting this morning. You are?
I am.
Stephen's joining our daily planning meeting this morning. I didn't know that. He'll share his takeaways and tips on the CBS This Morning Facebook page.
Yeah, we not only report the news, we're also part of the news as well.
You're going to need a study.
Yes.